Amazing. This is the time that I have with you both.
Wait, I
It's
didn't get to answer mine. Let me say
okay.
what I
Do it.
want to
Do it.
say.
Do it. Do it. Do it, Mo.
I hope people
Sorry.
take away that this is a great film,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wonderful experience that they should share. Hey, Jenna, how are you?
Hey, Mo.
Hi.
Megalyn, thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to talk to you. Oh my God. I can relate a lot to the movie because I believe in the spiritual realm and I know that is part of my life. So that's very, very, very good. I don't
Mm.
want to spoil the end because people need to watch it. So I'm going to start with you, Megalyn. What was about the script that attract you in this character, Kiara?
A few things. First, it was the opportunity to work with Mo again for a second time, to play his wife for a second time, because it's such an intense story. I think it's really important to be acting opposite someone who you trust and you know, and respect. Um, but the spiritual aspect also drew me to it because I am West African as well. So there's that. And then also just like the way that it's just a piece of this really dynamic story that we're telling, the way that the spirituality is used to tell a story about humanity, about love, about grief, loss, um, God, all of that. So yeah, and I thought I knew it was going to be extremely challenging, and I wanted to challenge myself.
Yeah, I know, I know. And for you, Mo, you also a producer in the movie. How was it for you, like to be in both, like acting and producing at the same, not at the same time, but like double the duty on the movie?
Yeah, double the duty. It was interesting because I have directed feature film before, direct television, produced and I've acted for like over 20 years. So, but I normally keep it separate. So I don't produce things that I act in and so on and so forth. So combining it all together was actually really fun. It gave me a lot more confidence. Like the next thing I do, I want to direct and star in the film next time. And this showed me that I can do it. Like after going through this experience, because I just look at it like it's less about me. Like acting is about me, but producing and directing is about facilitating the dreams and the visions of others as well. So I really, really like the idea of being able to help create the support to make Jazz's dream come true of making this movie and to be there for Megalyn as a scene partner and somebody that helped provide whatever she needed to do her job at the highest level as she did for me because she was a producer as well. So yeah, it was just a teamwork, 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 teamwork.
Yeah, yeah, it takes a village. I always say that.
Yes.
So, Megalyn, you mentioned about challenges, and how was like your biggest challenge, especially because you guys are like telling a present story, a past story, and how was like the challenges for you there, like as an actor?
Um, well, one of the challenges is oh no, this is a spoiler. Never mind. Uh, um, I mean, listen, I guess I can say we dealt with a lot. We dealt with loss, dealing with loss and grief. Um, to that extent is something I hadn't really done before, and so I knew that that would be challenging. But also, I think just weaving all of the elements in, the fact it's not just a supernatural, this is not just a horror movie, it's a love story. And it's a story about spirituality. So t- we threading the needle, as an actor between all of that and still, staying true to the North Star of this movie, which is ultimately is like it's about self-love. And yeah, I think that was probably the most challenging thing.
And for you, Mo, did you have any challenges as an actor in this case?
Yeah, just trying not to let Megalyn down. She was so good. You didn't want to
Ah,
let her down. Just trying not to let her down, trying to match the level she was bringing it. Like seriously though, but like I would find myself watching sometimes, like, oh shit, she's so good. That was my turn. I got to get back in the scene, but that was it. Just trying to meet the level, trying to meet the level. That's why I wanted Megalyn to do the film because I knew somebody was going to push me to be better.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. And there's some scenes you kind of trying to, like you see that you guys the collaboration works, that's why the movie works in my opinion. So I love it. I love some scenes like with at the party, the birthday party. I love some scenes that you guys are trying to help each other, to conquer, like to try to save this relationship, the relationship on the movie. I love that. So talking about the jazz, how was like work with him, and I was like reading, doing my research. He's his directorial debut. How was like different from other directors, or there is any difference that because he's a first time director for you, Megalyn?
Yeah, it's actually, I think it can be really cool working with a first time director, especially like, me and Mo have been doing this for a really long time. So it becomes like even more collaborative when you're working with someone new, because they're like, we all have the same goal. It's just like to make the best thing we can make. So working with someone who's like so kind of open and kind of fresh eyes, made me better, and we both make each other better, because we're both kind of coming from different places, different experience levels, but there's always something to learn from the newcomer as well. Absolutely. I sometimes wish I was just could start over again, just for the thrill.
Right.
Exactly. And for you, Mo, you can tell your experience with him.
Yeah, it was kind of like Megalyn said, where there's just a lot of pros of somebody coming in with fresh eyes. And that enthusiasm, I think, is kind of infectious. Because you do this for a long time, you kind of forget how magical the whole thing is. So it was cool getting to see the experience for somebody who was seeing it all for the first time. Although he did graduate from USC Film School, this was his first feature. So this is him seeing how to work with the stunt coordinator and the production designer and the cinematographer and the VFX person all at once, and watching his brain kind of explode with like the possibilities of what can be done with this amount of resources around him. So for that in itself, it was like a really special thing. It was also humbling. It reminded me of this thing of like you always want to try to treat your first day like your last and your last like your first. I was able to do that by seeing him.
That's amazing. And for us to wrap it up, what do you think? What do you hope people are gonna take away from the movie, Megalyn?
I hope people, especially people of color, I hope they take away kind of like a deepened sense of the kinds of characters that they want to see, that they expect to see, that they can see, the types of stories that they can tell. Not that like anyone needs permission to do that, but I do hope that they've seen something that they've never seen and are just inspired to kind of like deepen their own storytelling.
Amazing. This is the time that I have with you both.
Wait, I didn't get to answer mine. Let me say
Okay,
what I want to say.
do it, Mo.
I hope people
Sorry.
take away that this is a great film.
Yeah!
Wonderful experience that they should share on social media and tell all their friends, and they should all watch it. That's what I hope they take away.
Okay. And we're gonna help with that.
I second that.
Yes.
You need the people to see it. We got to see it.
Yes. And I'm gonna help with that. Thank you so
Yeah!
much
Thank you.
for your time, and a pleasure to talk to you both, and nice to meet you. And I see you on the next one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Hi, Jess.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Yes, congratulations. This is your director debut for a feature film. Love it. Love it that. How is it for you like to have your movie It's gonna come out soon.
I'm nervous and excited all at the same time. So it's mind blowing. I'm just trying to enjoy every minute and every process because it's the first one.
Yes, that's amazing. And what was like the inspiration for the script?
It was a love story that I wanted to do about these two people that really were tested and how much, people, we all say we love each other, but how much when it really comes down, how much do you? And then really loving the idea of throwing into this supernatural horror space and giving it a different kind of vibe. So that was like the initial start of the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Megalyn and Mo, and then I mentioned to them that I can relate to the movie there because I do believe in the spiritual realm that you have another level out there, another world, and I can relate to that, and I believe that sometimes certain stuff happen there and then happen here and vice versa, and we are all connected. I love that. So I relate to that. Thank you so much to bring that. Not because not everybody have the courage to talk about this type of I don't know about the spiritual realm, and people don't
Right.
believe it, and it's crazy. So come back to the movie. So can you talk a little bit about your challenges that you have to bring the movie together?
The challenges were we had just, in terms of the pre-production, we had just come off a strike, the writer strike and the actor strike. And so this was a smaller movie, but there were a lot of things going on that were slowing up the process and coming through. And Jason Adu and Anscape, they really championed us and they championed me as a filmmaker and our cast and crew and really felt this was the movie that should be made. And so they pushed us through and we finally got that. And the challenges of making the movie while making it were just the scenes in the movie in terms of time, shooting those scenes where the actors are in the same location with each other at the same time. That was very challenging. Makeup, hair, wardrobe, all those scenes had to be done multiple times, multiple. So it was like those things of like typical filmmaking, but we were on a tight schedule and a tight budget, and those things get challenging, and you got to figure out a way. But other than that, I mean, it was just making a movie. It was making a movie and the challenges that come every day of running out of time. We have to do extra takes. What is absolutely needed and what do we think can maybe we switch to something else? And those decisions were everyday process of filmmaking. But just the challenges of the two characters in the same space at the same time was the most challenging.
Interesting. And when you wrote the script, you always had Mo and Megalyn in mind, or that came afterwards?
I had Mo in mind very early on, yes. Like I had seen him, I saw him in American Skin, and I thought that his performance was very powerful and had a humanity to it that I thought was perfect for Miles. And Mo suggested Megalyn. I had a lunch with Mo where he fell in love with the script. He liked me a lot and wanted to do the project and came on as a producer and then brought on his production team and his company. And that was amazing. And then Mo and I were talking about who should play Kiara, and you guys have to have chemistry, you guys have to have a bond instantly, and you guys have to love each other enough and then hate each other and make sure we all feel good about that in terms of off the set or when the camera's not rolling. And so he suggested Megalyn, and Megalyn came in and blew me away and blew all of us away and was Kiara from the first moment that she read the first line of dialogue. I was like, that's Kiara. And we just, that was amazing in and of itself to hear my words coming out and be like, oh my God, you're taking it to another level of even when I was writing. Yeah.
I love them together. They're already working in other projects together, and they have like this. The chemistry sometimes is right there. Sometimes it cannot find, but both of them, they're amazing. Also, I want to talk about the cinematography and the colors of the movie. Like when they are talking about the past, it's a different color. When she's like that moment that they are having in the house, I don't want to spoil nothing to anyone, but the colors we can talk about. So, how was it like for you, like as a filmmaker, like deciding this type of colors for these, and like to play around with the colors?
Yeah, no, it was from the jump. We wanted to play around with the color temperature and the look of the film to a ground people in when you're in the present and when you're in the past and when you're in the good times and the bad times. We thought that was very important to make sure, even visually as the audience, that watching the film, no matter where these people are, because we're in the house the whole time. So the house can get boring and get stale. We're in these rooms that we've been in. So how do we show you a different time period? And so talking with the cinematographer, John Rosario, he and I immediately talked about that, and immediately we agreed to do this amazing color palette and this warmth and this yellow of like this happy time. This golden color of when they're in love, they're together and they're happy. And we thought that was just so beautiful and so interesting. But you have to, do something equally as beautiful with their grief and their pain. And so the blues in the house and kind of like that, the bad times also, we tried to give that as much beauty as possible. And it was really great to talk about from pre-production and visually see it while we're shooting it and, feel like we're doing something. But when we were editing and I was like, oh, this looks really beautiful. And so I hope everyone also appreciates the work that John Rosario and his team did, because they made pain look really beautiful, and that's hard to do.
Yeah. Tell him that I love it. I appreciate, because there was something that popped up. I was like, oh, that's great. That, and then throughout the movie you kept that consistent. Oh, I love that. And for us to wrap it up, what do you think what do you hope that people are gonna take away from the movie?
I hope people take away a sense of resilience and a sense of hope. I think that's what the movie. Walking away, I hope people just really think that there's always in the movie she says there's always tomorrow's another day. And I hope people really take away from that tomorrow's another day. That everyone goes through traumas and situations in life that cause us to question what we want to do with ourselves. But the sun will always rise tomorrow, and there's always tomorrow's another day to make it better and to figure it out. And that's what I hope people will really take away from the film, is that tomorrow's another day.
That's amazing.
That's
Jazz.
what my mom used to say to me, tomorrow's, whenever I felt like my mom did, tomorrow's another day. And so I tried to throw that in the film as well, like some of her.
I think all moms tell us that. It's like, yeah, tomorrow's another day. You're gonna have a second chance there. It's amazing. So Jazz, I just want to thank you so much for your time. A pleasure to meet you. And I hope you are already working your next project and bringing beautiful projects to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
If you like to support or continue to support Jana on Camera, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share the videos.